Tim Patrick, who did not play last year, right? He's coming off of an injury. And thoughts on Tim Patrick?
I could easily see Tim Patrick being Russell Wilson's favorite target. Like he's the dirty work receiver, right? He does the grimy. He likes the high point balls. He does do a good job at it, but he's not afraid to go over the middle. I saw him fall. We saw him fall into the end zone a little bit more back in, I guess, 2021, right? And right before he got that big contract in the offseason. So I think he has something to prove with being out last year. I like Tim Patrick late because I think that there's a possibility that he is going to outperform Cortland Sutton in a lot of different ways. So if you have an option and you're pivoting away from Cortland Sutton, that's perfectly fine because then you can turn around and pivot towards Tim Patrick a few rounds later. And I think you're going to see about the same, if not maybe a better return.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Patrick is kind of the forgotten wide receiver in Denver in a lot of cases there. And it happens, especially in fantasy when you don't play, things like that. And you weren't necessarily a big name guy out there. But kind of where he's going, he's coming off the board as kind of wide receiver 80 in a lot of cases there. And he's a guy that it would take over just about everybody else in that kind of tier. Yeah, and I'm just going to kind of run through it. Tell me when we get to a name that you would take over Tim Patrick here. But Josh Palmer, Chase Claypool, Nicole Hardman, Darius Slayton, MVS, Allen Robinson, Isaiah Hodgkins, Tyquan Thornton, Devontae Parker, Josh Downs, Van Jefferson, Corey Davis, Russell Gage, Paris Campbell, Robert Woods, Terrence Marshall, Sterling Shepard. Any of those guys, would you take over Tim Patrick? And I might take a shot on a couple of these guys.
Maybe a shot, but if you're looking for just performance, I think Patrick has the best and clearest path to be the second leading receiver on his team than any of those guys you just listed, who are most likely all clear third options.
That's just kind of when you start going through some of that. Yeah, there's not many of these guys that I would put ahead of Tim Patrick, and I'll take the shot deep and a dart throw deep on that one because I think you're going to get a lot of serviceable games out of him, and he'll return fantasy value for you.